my still hot skin puckers against the cool air. I've left the door open. I pull it closed and follow him into the kitchen. "Did we have plans?" I finally ask. The answer is no. I know that it's no. Not for his lack of trying. I've just been a terrible friend, ex, whatever, this past year. Maybe even longer. "Why don't you go shower, Logan? You stink." He places a bag of tortilla chips, a brick of cheese, sour cream, salsa, and avocados on my counter. He opens the cupboard at his feet, shuts it. "Where'd you put your casserole dish?" He sounds livid, like rearranging my kitchen was a personal attack. But I'm still stuck on his use of my last name. He hasn't called me Logan since we were in high school. Since we were both dragging ourselves through comp het in public while giving each other hand jobs in his parents' basement in private. He came out first, by baking a cake and piping, "I'm gay" and rainbow icing on top, serving it to his parents after dinner. They were happy for him. His mom cried, out of happiness that he'd shared such an important part of himself with them, not out of any sense of disappointment. George came out and came into himself. I came out more slowly. First, just to him. "I don't just like girls," I'd typed into our private chat. Words I had written and deleted what felt like hundreds of times. The backspace button was practically smoking. "I know," smiley face emoji, he'd responded. He'd promptly asked me on a date. Then I came out to our friends, but since most of my friends were George's friends, other outcast kids he'd collected over the years, mostly queer theater kids, telling them felt less like coming out and more like landing in a loud, fluffy pillow of love and acceptance. I came out to the fire station too, but only after a few years on the job. After I made sure they saw my contributions as invaluable, and after a few of the old guard vets who used gay as an insult had retired. For the most part, they were chill. A few blank faces that I'm sure were working hard not to show disgust. Some confusion since bisexuality continues to be one of the most perplexing of all the sexualities known to straights. After I dropped a few hose jokes at my own expense, everyone calmed down. Since having sex in the firehouse, regardless of the gender of your partner, is expressly and certifiably prohibited, I didn't have to hide much. But I was always worried that someone, one of my older coworkers who kept in touch or a rookie who'd idolized him, would out me to Pop. Even when we were dating, to Pop, George was always just a friend. My best friend, but just a friend. Back then, we'd used all of the same tools that straight boys used to emotionally distance themselves, including calling each other by our last names. I probably don't have the right to the feeling, but Logan makes me angry. Pop isn't here, and to George, I'm Jesse. Jess. I'd even accept Juicy, the name he called me only when he wanted to make me blush. A name I'd asked him to stop using once we stopped being boyfriends. I let that anger dictate the next words out of my mouth. "Listen, you can't just barge in on a Saturday afternoon, uninvited, and start making lunch. What the hell are you doing here? No, you listen." He points a finger at me. George has always been able to give as good as he gets. "I tried giving you space. We all did. You've got yourself some new job you didn't even tell me about, which is whatever. You haven't been dating, and I get why you might not want to share that with me anyway. Hell, you're a private guy, Jesse. Okay? I get it. But you are also my best friend." His words end on a sigh, losing all of their bluster. He slides his hand across the countertop, the tips of our fingers touching. My heart squeezes, and I hope it doesn't show up like it feels, a crack down the center of my face. "You're my best friend, too." My voice is shaky, and I swallow the other words down, that he's the person I'm closest to in this world, other than Pop. George doesn't let me off the hook, though.